G'day, fellas, and welcome to FFA Standard. Yes, that's right. This is not FFA Nomad. This is FFA Standard. It's a little bit different. So basically, in FFA Nomad, you start off with villages, you build a town center, and you have a good time. Whereas in FFA Standard, you don't. In fact, you just get a town center, you get a king, and you get some villages, and you get a pretty good spawn as well. Have a look at this. We've got double wood line, gold, berries, stone. You guessed it. Double wood line, berries, gold, stone. Everybody gets a wood line. Everybody gets a berries. Everybody gets a stone. And everybody gets a gold. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The reason why I'm casting this game is because I wanted to throw up the ideas, because sometimes the game does bug. I've been speaking to some people about it, and they said, look, I put myself in queue for Nomad, and I got Standard. And I'm like, yeah, it's happened to me as well. I swore I never clicked it, but it happened. Meanwhile, I've also had games where I've chosen Mega Random, or simply I've chosen to avoid it, and I've gotten Land Mega Random instead. And then it's happened like 7 times in a row. Actually, it's the other way around. I've vetoed normal Mega Random, and then I've just gotten it a whole bunch of times. So that's always something that you got to be frustrated with. But anyway, let's introduce our players for today, because we've got ourselves, I mean, this is an FFA, but this is a pretty cool FFA because everyone's kind of far away from each other, right? Like, nobody's on top of each other. It means that we have all 8 players that are in the game, and they're just going to start off. Though I am a little bit concerned with Teal and his plan for this game. Teal, you might want to move that king back a little bit. There we go. Okay, good stuff. So let's introduce our players. So we'll start off at the 12 o'clock position. It's going to be red. So spawning in as the Order of the Dragon in the color red, we've got Ishar Miar. I don't know what Ishar Miar's rank is, but everybody in this lobby is pretty decent. So I'm confident that we're going to see some good stuff out of them today. And over on the east corner, playing as the English in the color blue, we've got Lethal Jack. Sorry, Lethal Lack. But you know what? I think we're just going to have to call him Lethal Jack from now on. After once you call someone Lethal Jack, there's no coming back from that. He is Lethal Jack forever. Anyway, down on this this southern tip that is beginning to build in the mountain range, in the color pink, playing as the Juicy Legacy, we've got El Embrace, who we're probably just going to call Lembrace. In the south of the map, in the color teal, playing as the Malians, we've got Wojiden. Hey, Wojiden, how you doing? Sound like Vegeta? Wojiden? Yeah, kinda, not really. Anyway, we got Wojiden. Over towards his north in the western side, we've got, in the green, playing as the Chinese, Zhang Liga VIP. That was terrible. Zhang Liga VIP. All right, there you go. That's who we've got. It's going to throw the Barbican down on the gold. Nice and slowly, just the one vil. In the west corner of the map, with arguably the best spawn by far, we have purple on the Chinese, also a really good civ, and it's going to be Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor. The best name in the lobby by far. I tell you what, the legend of Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor has just been started, and I am looking forward to seeing what happens this game, because this is an incredible spawn, right? Like, compare his spawn to, say, Red's, okay? I feel sorry for Red this game, just because even though we're in an FFA and technically we're all kind of here fighting it out together, Purple's not. Purple's in another planet, man. Purple's making a stone wall 80 stone thick twice, and then he's going to see you guys in Imperial Age. That's what we're seeing right here. And let's introduce our final 2 players for the game. They're going to be the headliners tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, in the color orange, playing as the Juicy Legacy, currently rank 2 on the ladder, we've got Gandalf the White. And in the north of the map, in the color yellow, playing as the English. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Corvinus 1, rank number 1 on the ladder. The Wallalol King, Salami, all those good names. It is him. He is playing. And, well, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this game because, well, we've got 2 big names in the same game. And even though it's not a Nomad game, I'm not... There's going to be Nomad from me today. I'll say that much. I'm still kind of excited. It's weird to see different spawns and weird to see everybody starting at the same time, because you don't normally see this kind of thing where it's standard. But I'm kind of... It's curious that this game got off. Normally people dodge it when it pops standard. But landmarks are coming up so far. Lethal Jack... He's over here. Council Hall's complete. Meanwhile, we've got the Council Hall to the north as well. Town Center's coming down already here for Corvinus 1. So looking to go into that second town center. Song Dynasty going to be coming through here. for Gandalf. Meanwhile, down on that west corner, Barbican slowly comes up for Lay's potato chips lime flavor. He is looking to secure the gold and make sure nobody else is going to get close to it. To be honest, though, I feel like with his spawn, how much does he know about his spawn? Like, did he go into a scout? He did. Yeah, so definitely should have Barbicaned this position right here. Like, this Barbican's just not getting used because the reality is nobody is going to get through here. I mean, hold on. Hold on. No, never. You've come all this way for nothing. Oh, wow. That's a little bit of a forest right there. That is for sure. What do you reckon that is, if you were to say? Like, how many forests worth of wood is that? Because one forest is here. I feel like it's probably close to about 2, maybe 3 forests worth of wood. That's a lot of wood that's just kind of chilling on the edge of the map. All for him. All for him. But, yeah. So there's no real way through the mountains at all. So your only way through is at the front. And the other thing to note is you can just leave this wood line. I've played against people that do this, and it's freaking impossible. I'm sure you might remember that one game that I played where somebody did it, and they had like a whole bunch of mangonels and springwoods parked up here. They built a wonder behind their base, and it was just impossible. You couldn't get through because you couldn't get anything up close enough to take it out. Very, very nicely played. It's not going to be as possible here just because I'm pretty sure there is a way through on this top side. But Song Dynasty now going to be coming through as well here for Zhang Liga VIP. On the south side, it looks like the Mansa Quarry has been completed. Meanwhile, Pink has picked up a meditation garden. So we've got 4, I've just realized, 2 Juicy Legacy, 2 Chinese players in this game, 2 English players. We are really just keeping it original here, aren't we? That is for sure. Now, one thing to note is we don't see any second town center up just yet from Gandalf. But good news is the second town center is coming up. Is he building it with 1 villager? I think this might be the first time I've ever seen a top level player do this. I mean, if you can call FFA players top level players, I mean, I think you probably can. Like, I'll be honest, I've watched FFA players like at the top level play against top level 1v1 pros, and they hold their own, man. They hold their own. So I definitely think there is a way that it can happen. Meanwhile, Red over here playing on the Order of the Dragon. You can see just how quick he's looking to get up to the castle age. The Regnitz is already down here. Meanwhile, over on that east corner, the walls are starting to come up for Lethal Jack. Even though I'm sure he'd like to think that he lacks a J in his name. We're going to tell him right now, sorry, Lethal Lack. You will only be known from here on as Lethal Jack. We've got ourselves a couple of archery ranges coming up for Pink. Now, one thing to note is that as the Juicy Legacy, you do have access to the Zhuge without going into Song Dynasty, unlike the Chinese, who need Song Dynasty to get into that Zhuge. So we could potentially see a little bit of Zhuge action early on here from L'Embrace. I think he's French, isn't he? He's got to be French with a name like that, L'Embrace. Meanwhile, I want to check in with Purple. I shouldn't call him Purple. We should call him by his real name. I want to check in with Lay's potato chips lime flavor. Can I actually just comment on Lay's potato chips lime flavor? Now, where we're from, we don't have lime flavor specifically. In Australia, we have what do we got? We've got a chili and lime, which I'm a big fan of. I think but you know, anything that's got chili, I'm a big fan of. I just want to start by saying that. I had chili tonight, and that's not like chili like the Americans think of chili, like, oh, chili con carne. No, not chili con carne. Like, there's a vegetable. It's very, very spicy. In Australia, we call it a chili. You might call it a spicy chili. Where you're from? Why do I put this accent on for you guys? I'm from Alabama. I'm from Alabama, and I eat my spicy chili. Anyway, yes. Anything that's got a little bit of spice in it, I'm absolutely adoring it, and I'm a big fan of that. So yeah, chili and lime is great. Growing up though, we also had this. We had a flavor called light and tangy. And I'm pretty sure they used lime in that as well. At least I remember that the packaging was green. So anyway, I think there was a little bit of lime in there. But I'm a big fan of it, and I'm hoping that we'll be a big fan of Purple's play today. He's open with a 2 Town Center Song Dynasty play. Doesn't look like we've got Castle Age coming through on the cards just yet. Might be thinking about going for a little bit of a farm transition, which I do like, even though it is quite early to be going for this. To be fair, he doesn't have a whole lot of food in the base. He does have double berries towards the front that he could be looking to work with, but the reality is, man, when you've got lemons, you got to make lemonade, and you got all this space in your base, go have yourself a good time. Though I don't agree with this granary. I don't agree with this granary at all. I think there's much better spots for this, but there's not a huge amount of space in his base though. There's enough. There's more than enough space. You're fine. Let's check in with Gandalf and see how he's doing. It's going to be 3 TC. So everybody's starting off pretty passively here. 2 TC for the Chinese, 3 TC for the Juicy Legacy. Up on the northern side of the map, we do have 2 Town Center Fast Castle coming through for Corvinus. So he's going to be looking to take advantage of that white tower. I'm expecting... What are we going to see here? Maybe some knights out from him. It could be an option. We'll keep an eye out on it. Meanwhile, our Regnitz Cathedral gentleman has got himself a couple of relics in the bag. I didn't even count relics today. Let's quickly see if we can count them. 1 here. 2nd one's getting picked up now. 3rd one is being brought back. So 3 relics already. 4th up the top. 5th one also coming down. This man is in Relic Town right now. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to find a victim and he is going to make an enemy. That is for sure. 6 over here. 7th relic down here on this bottom side. And I think that might be it. I don't see any more relics. There could be one hiding from me. Call out if you see it. I definitely don't see it. And, of course, the cherry on top, it's a single sacred site in the middle. We'll just confirm that with the UI. Yep. 1 sacred site. Thanks, UI. Glad you told us 8 times that there's 1 sacred site. And it is going to be knights. No real surprises here. I am kind of surprised by the fact that Corvinus didn't wall up these relics, though. That very much surprises me. Did he scout this out? Maybe he just didn't... No, he's definitely scouted it out, and he can see there. So, yeah, to me, it makes so much sense to just get, especially with an Order of the Dragon player right here as well. It totally makes sense. What do we got going on here? A little bit of harassment, a little bit of fighting already. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the best gamers in the lobby, the 2 highest rated gamers in the lobby are going to start fighting it out early. And that's great, because it gives everybody else an advantage, right? If they start fighting, if they start getting it on, then all of a sudden everybody else is like, you know what? This gives us a chance, guys. We're in for a chance here. Now, Castle Age has already come through here as well for Gandalf. We can see that one. So one of the things I'm going to be looking out for is his unit composition. We do see that he's gone for the give you anxiety 1-1-1 strategy, which is 1 barracks, 1 archery range, and 1 stable. So could just be looking to move into, you know, full unit variety that we get to see. Maybe some spears, maybe just mix and match everything. Looks like the knight might go down if he's not careful. He's copping a lot of damage here. Manages to survive with 9 health. Very impressive. And wall's now going to start coming up. So, yeah, I feel like it was a bit of a mistake from Corvinus to leave these relics just on the table for Red. But maybe he intentionally left them there, just kind of like, you know what? Red, we'll let you be as strong as you like. Look at this, 5 relics, man, for Order of the Dragon. You're having a field day out here, brother. Like, this puts him in prime position. We got a lot of big contenders in this game. We got Lay's potato chips lime flavor over here in the corner with an amazing spawn. We got 5 relics on the Order of the Dragon. We got 2 of the best FFA players in the same lobby fighting it out against each other early on, which just gives everybody else such a great advantage. This is feeling good. Now, what's the line of sight on this? It's not a whole lot, is it? It's a bit weird, that angle as well. He's going to spot out all the kings. He's where everybody is. Scouts still calling out to each other like they do. Wish I could mute scouts after like the 10th minute. With the exception. with the exception that unless I want to hear them, which, you know, that's kind of hard for the game to know. Anyway, it looks like Pink Let Embrace is probably the weakest, or in the weakest position at the moment. If I had to judge, if we could assess everyone's position, 3 TC Malian, no Cowboom just yet. Definitely very, very strong. Meanwhile, towards the top side, never mind. We'll come in with our assessments a little bit later. It's the classic 13-minute assessment. Siege Workshop on the front line. He really is going for that 1-1-1. Got plenty of units back here. Just needs to make sure he brings them forward. Vill's coming in for a bit of a repair. Should be able to fire off at the crossbows. Does make a connection here. Second Nest of Bees arrives as well. And now the Juicy Legacy is going to be on the defensive. But he's looking pretty good. I'm happy with this defense so far. I'm sure he is as well, as he tears apart the forces of Corvinus 1. Now, keep in mind, Corvinus is only on 2 town centers. That's it. He went 2 TC, and that was it. He's just left it there. No 3rd TC, no Imperial Age. He said, you know what? We're going to try and push Gandalf early and see if we can punish him. The truth is, Gandalf was ready. Not only was Gandalf ready, he was waiting. He was standing on the bridge, and he was carrying his staff. He had a staff, didn't he? And he said, "You shall not pass!" And he put that staff down. But let's talk about other staff. So we've got, it looks like another 2 TC coming in from our English over here. So both of them opting for the same landmark choices, same town center choices. And then for green over on the southwest side of the map, it's going to be a 1 town center Chinese play, which I think is absolutely fine. He is going to get a little bit of an infraction. I think we could call it an infraction right here. The macro police have visited him and given him an infraction. Sorry, buddy. Meanwhile, lime potato chips. Sorry, Lay's potato chips lime flavor. He's doing okay. Okay, I'm kind of worried about Corvinus now, because now not only has Corvinus made his opponent upset, but he's made his presence known. You know, like, hey, I'm here and I'm going to be taking you out, or at least trying to. He got shut down very quickly. The other thing to note is if we check villager count, like Corvinus is on 74 here. Gandalf probably pushing 100. 80, 87. It's pretty close. It's not, there's not a huge difference between them. I'll be honest. I don't really like this position right now for Corvinus. He went in for a fight. I feel like he hadn't really scouted out what his opponent had on the field and just kind of went in there, was hoping that he could just kind of push in there. But you got to remember, Gandalf is good, man. Like, I don't know exactly how good he is at 1v1, but as I said, when it comes to FFA, like, this guy absolutely destroys. That's probably the nicest way I could say it. I'm going to take a quick swig of my Red Bull here. Give me a second. We've got sprinkled emplacements on the bottom side of the map. Man, that is good. There's nothing like a Red Bull at 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to be awake all night. Which is good, because there's some news coming tonight. At least for me. For you guys, this is probably getting uploaded like a month after you've seen it, after I've recorded it, because I'm on holidays at the moment. Springwood's coming forward, able to take out the nest of bees, well controlled, needs to look to take down this battering ram. It's the one knocking on the door, so you would have thought he'd just be turning around and firing at it. This is actually a really smart way to hold. As long as he's got vills pulled, which he does, to repair, he'll be absolutely fine. Meanwhile, crossbows on top of the wall, slowly tanking up the damage. You can see that they've got this bonus wall defense network of castles as well, but they get... So standing on walls reduces damage taken from ranged attacks by 25%, and siege attacks by 50%, also increases the range of units by 2. So that is very, very nice. I didn't know it actually reduced siege damage by 50%. That's quite nice, because mangoes can just absolutely destroy units on the walls. I mean, they still do it. You just need a couple more shots to do it. Farming economy now coming up for Gandalf as well. Huge, big, massive economy right here. Let's check in with my favorite player, Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor. He has kind of clouded the entrance here a little bit. Not a huge fan. I much prefer just putting down lots of stone walls and then parking your siege behind it. But this is fine. This is fine. I want to see what kind of line of sight he's got. So you can see that he's utilized the Imperial Spies ability already. And now not only does he know where the town centers are for players, but he can see all of their villages as well. So that gives him a great idea of what's going on. You know, what the situation is out there. He's been just chilling out for a while now behind these walls. And I'm excited about for when he breaks out. One thing to note, though, he's got a bit of a mix of units in here. I would have preferred just full Palace Guards, go Imperial, and just start rolling over everybody. And I think that's probably something to note about the differences between FFA Standard and FFA Nomad. Is FFA Nomad, by 10 minutes, there's always 6 people left. Like, whether you like it or not, in 90% of the games, by 10 minutes, 6 people are left. Because one person died because their town center got denied. The other person died because their gold got denied. And now we're here. Whereas in FFA Standard, everybody gets a town center. Everybody gets a spawn. Everyone gets stone and gold and all the good stuff. And I think that makes quite a bit of a difference because we're still here at 18 minutes and there's 8 players in the game. Is FFA Standard actually better than FFA Nomad? Maybe. I wonder what do you think, though? Let me know down in the comments. I think just from the outset, like, the idea, the randomness... Whoa! Ain't no way. Hold on. I can't be missing king kills like this. It's a donation. It's a donation. Green picks up the kill, right? No, it was pink that picked up the kill. Where's the king? That's not fair. You can't be doing me like that. You can't be doing Drongo like that. If he donates the king... I mean, did he donate the king? I don't see any units in the base. The town center obviously has died. Was he going for a bit of a run? I mean, if it was green that picked him up, I'd understand, but it was pink that got the kill. How did pink get the kill? I don't even know. Why was the king in the army? I don't know. Purple just immediately forces the surrender out of his opponent. Right here, green just collapses under the pressure of Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor. The flavor is very strong, very intense, and I won't hear anything different. Anything of the sort. Meanwhile, towards the north side of the map, a huge amount of units here. Triple battering ram is going to be a little bit too much. At the same time, Springalds go down on the backside. Nest of bees nowhere to be seen. It's only that single mangonel holding on for dear life. The 3 town centers up against the 2 town centers. Lay's Potato Chips, Lime Flavor on the south side, looking to create a bit of a panic. Meanwhile, towards the north, Gandalf, he's trying to force an opponent to pass through a gap. I guess he's trying to force himself through a gap. Hold on, Drongo. We should be careful about what we say right here. Have a look at these unit numbers, though. And this is one of the things to note about the White Tower positioning. Had this White Tower been on the front, this would have been a lot harder to attack into. But the White Tower was in a very safe position here, mainly because it defends the king. And as a result, it's going to be hard to hold this position. Villager count at the moment. Let's do a quick check. Corvinus on 92. I suspect he's probably lost a couple here. We see a few on the ground. There's another one. 92 compared to Gandalf, who's been on 3TC, 110. So that economic advantage is starting to show, but there are other factors. You've got the defensive bonus that's coming through as well for Corvinus, but it could just be a case of Gandalf finding the perfect opening. More production now going to get thrown down from Corvinus. You can see he doesn't have a lot of resources in the bank. He's starting to really lose unit control here. 180 population here for Gandalf as well. That's 72 military pop. It is just rallying in. Have a look at the amount of units he's got here. Plenty more where that came from. He is pumping non-stop. Huge farming economy as well. That's the other thing to note. He has fully fleshed out those farms and just smacking them into the opponent's base now. All of these units. I think this could be it. I think this might be it already. 20 minutes into the game, and we could see the #1 FFA player, rank #1, going down to rank #2 in this lobby. In arguably the fairest type of game that you could ask for. There is no real way that this could have been any fairer. Maybe the civs, but even then, English are pretty good at the moment, right? Like, people say English is one of the best FFA civs. Definitely Juicy are up there. I know if we were to look at Corvinus's tier list, I think he puts them in, like, C tier. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess Corvinus places a very big emphasis on, like, late game. That's the other thing to note. I'm kind of tempted to do, like, a react to Corvinus's video just to see what he says and to understand the thinking. But, like, as an example, I remember he said, like, oh, yeah, Chinese aren't good in FFA because if you pick Chinese, people will focus you and then you'll die. I was like, yeah, but the Chinese are just objectively incredibly good at FFA. So while technically what he says is true, I don't think we can lower the civ's strength or put place on the tier list just because of that. And I'll be honest, I don't think ever once I've been focused because I picked Chinese. I don't think I've ever been focused. And there it is. That's going to be the surrender right now for Corvinus. Meanwhile, across the south side of the map, have a look at this. We got Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor looking to expand the Lay's empire. Maybe thinking of picking up some salt and vinegar over here as Pink L'Embrace is holding it down. Stone walls up. Though the only issue is, while the stone walls might be up for most of the base, there is a gaping hole right here, Pink. And if Purple wants to, he will go straight through that and open it up. And, I won't. I'm not going to finish that. I'm just going to leave it right there. What have we got here? Take a look at this. What's going on here, Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor? So all the farms are going down at the back. This is great. Love to see it. And I love the fact that you put the mills down here as well. Really, really nice. Really well positioned. Can I just compliment you on your macro? Macro game, A tier. No, S tier. Sorry, S tier. The fact that... Okay, why is it S tier? Just to explain to people. He's got... So we've got a ring of 12 farms around our granary. Let me just grab all those. I can't because I keep clearing villages. And every single villager that is now affected by this granary is he's making sure that the drop-off distance is as short as possible. He's only building farms that are affected by that granary. Really, really smart play. All right, big push coming through. Hand cannoneers have been added in. Crossbows yet to be upgraded. So are the spearmen, but the veteran or the elite palace guards are now come through with their upgrades. Not only does he have battle hardened, he's also got the elite army tactics upgrade, so he's going to be hitting hard. Meanwhile, towards that north side of the map, can we just have a quick check-in and see how our boy is doing? Mr. Regnitz, Mr. Relic, Mr. Red over here, Mr. Isharmia. Let's check and see what's going on, because he's been having a good little boom. He's been minding his own business, having a good time. How are you only 70 workers? You've been on Swabia for a while. It's because you're not making villages. All right. Okay, Isharmia, definitely, unfortunately, things aren't going well. I mean, a lot of production over here. This is nice, but needs a few more villages. And I do respect this efficiency, but normally just like a mill with 8 farms around it is perfect. You probably don't need all of the extra ones. Like you might, at this stage, you probably should be adding in a couple more mills. But it looks like the run by is going to happen. We got the horseman coming through here. L'Embrace is going to try his best to defend. He's got grenadiers here. But unfortunately, it looks like Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor is going to run over the top of him and look to pick up a second kill this game. I wish I knew what happened with that first king kill. Teal just sent the king in to die, I think, against Pink. Pink just managed to get it while he was fighting up against Green. Green got attacked by Purple, and Purple said, thanks for the memories, even though there wasn't really much of it going on. And the whole time towards the north side of the map, there was a little bit of a fight going on between a couple guys you may be familiar with. Push still coming in strong here. I tell you what, Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor is doing well this game. I'm impressed. I don't know what ranking he is, but he seems very competent. Can we check the town center just quickly? King's in the town center. No, he's just got the gong. Sometimes you can tell what rank players are because in their town center, it will have, you know, what rank they are. So if we go look at Gandalf as an example, no, he's running. Oh no, he's Conqueror. So you can see right there, he's got the he's got the Conqueror Ram. Town center under pressure here. Let him brace. About to be the 4th player out of this game. There's currently 5, but soon there will be 4. And with his departure, as the king goes down, 4 remain. I love the way that the map has spawned as well here. It's a really cool spawn. The mountains really reduce the playable area, but it kind of makes it fun. I had a recent game on a map like this. I was playing the Delhi Sultanate. Dude, it was so hard, man. It was so hard on a map like this. There's so many little back alleys and things that you got to be aware of that you'd only really become aware of in God mode, like we've got here in the FFA. And you can see, you know, Lay's actually up here. Let's have a look and see how much line of sight he's got. Yeah, beautiful line of sight. He's in such a good position, man. He is my favorite to win this game right now, especially after picking up that 2nd kill. I don't care how good Gandalf is. Gandalf might be good. He might be great. He might even be Gandalf the White, but I still favor Lay's, just from the fact that it's such a nice little position. One thing I would love to see, though, can we get some stone walls in the house, please? Can we get some stone walls in the house? Just a couple of stone wall layers along here. I wouldn't mind it. Just a few for your boy, please. Thank you. Anyway, where do we go from here? So he's taken out... have a look at this, man. The economy's kicking as well. 134 vils is absolutely beautiful. You can push that up to like 150 at this stage, but to be honest, I kind of like just throwing it all into military. That's because I'm a madman. But I guess to each their own. Now, how much wood does he have in the base? He does have this forest behind as well. That's another thing to note. But let's check in and see how Blue's doing. Blue's been very chill. And that's the other thing to note is that at this stage of the game, if you're just chilling like a villain, it gets increasingly harder. Because now you have to fight against... So Lethal Jack is going to have to fight up against Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor. And have a look at the army difference, right? Now, let's assume that he fills in the rest of these military slots, or the rest of these slots with military. You're talking about 166 military population. Compare that to Lethal Jack, who's on 95. That's a big difference between the two. And it gives him a significant advantage when he inevitably goes to attack Blue. Now, I also find it interesting that he's thinking about attacking Blue here, rather than going after Orange. Jeez, Orange has got an army and a half as well, doesn't he? I love the way that he keeps all of them together. There was a player in Age of Empires 3 who used to do this. He was a good player. He just used to keep all of his army together like this and walk it across the map. I remember. He used to play... What did he play? The Germans. Gosh, that was so funny. I don't remember that guy's name. I just remember that he used to do that. That was his legacy. It was funny because he was, as I said, he was a good player. He just always moved it like this. I mean, moving it like this is a great way to make sure nobody gets left behind. I will say that much. It's just not an efficient way to move an army. That's all. All right, let's check in with the middle. One thing to note, though, is that there's typically a lot of resources in the middle, which is exactly what we see here. So the fact that Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor is coming out here into the middle, starting to take the resources out here, that's a really smart move. So I celebrate that. I welcome that. Let's check in with the meditation gardens. I didn't even have a look at this. 25 gold, 25 stone, 50 gold, 5 wood, and 48 food. That's a pretty impressive meditation gardens. Where's the scouting? Where is the scouter? This is going to be a problem. How do we get through the stone walls without a unit to siege them? He's going to look to fire down the enemy Gilded Knights. There's not a whole lot of units right here. I'm starting to see how this game is going to go now. I've realized that that blue and red may be out of this game sooner than they would like to be, and that there's going to be 2 remaining players in this game. One of which is that we know, as a matter of fact, is very, very good at the game. And the other one, we don't know that he's very good at the game, but we do know he's delicious. Oh, no. Oh, no. Meanwhile, to the top side. Meanwhile, to the north. Looks like Gandalf is making mogul moves up here. Now, one of the things Gandalf needs to be aware of, I'm sure he is, his opponent, purple, Lay's potato chips lime flavor, he currently sits on 300 max pop. And if we take a look at Gandalf, he's only picked up 1 kill so far. So it means that he's going to have to make work right now. He's going to need to get lots of reinforcements in. He's got plenty on the way. He's also going into Shaolin monks, which is interesting. How many monks have we got here? 6 monks. He's making these like these are good. Are they actually good? Does he have elite army tactics affecting that? I wonder if it does. Hand Cannoneers coming through. Nice little defense there from Ishar. I'm going to be honest. I'm impressed that that defense held. It can be tough at being attacked with someone who's got a much larger army than you, which definitely happened here. But the question's going to be whether the follow-up is going to have enough oomph in it or not. Let's check in with the resources for Ishar. Yeah, not a whole lot. Oh my, only 20 vils? Oh, only 20 vils. Only 20 vils. Oh no. Oh no. It's only a matter of time. Oh! Hello, Lay's potato chips lime flavor. What are you up to today? Wow, this guy's actually becoming a legend. I'm not even kidding you right now, man. It's a really long name though. That's the problem. How do we title a video "The Legend of Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor"? Ishar is going to surrender. That'll be a kill going over towards Gandalf. Meanwhile, on the south side, the king's going to be going over to Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor. Ladies and gentlemen, your final 2 within seconds of each other. Oh, look at this. Have a look at this. He's going to utilize the warrior monks, the battle monks, the Shaolin monks here to pick up all the relics and take them home. This is actually massive. This might seem like not a big deal. This is huge, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relics. Not to mention the fact he can put them in pagodas. That's kind of crazy. Now, let's check his dynasties, by the way. So he currently sits in Yuan Dynasty, so he has technically unlocked the pagoda. Ming Dynasty is going to be massive for him here. And we're going to see a battle of the late game. Arguably the 2 best FFA civs, with like maybe exception to the Holy Roman Empire. The Juicy Legacy taking on the Chinese. This is going to be good. This is going to be very good. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it down below. Sacred Site is currently being walled up here. The only other thing to note is that reinforcements could potentially be intercepted along this line. And there's not a huge amount of defense that's really going to be possible right here for Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor. He's got the single stone wall at the front, and that's it. Now, I don't know how much Gandalf knows, but that's not a huge amount of defense, especially... Oh, he's going into the bombards. He's going into the bombards. He's going for the bombard strategy. He's picked it up. Cloud of Terror is online. He didn't go into Dynastic Protectors, though. Interesting. So Dynastic Protectors means it's very gold heavy to go into Dynastic Protectors. I feel like you probably want to go into one or the other, right? Like you either go Cloud of Terror for the bombard AoE, which is what he's gone into, or you go into Dynastic Protectors, which is going to give you, access to the Imperial Guard, which is one of the strongest cavalry units in the game. It's 1 pop, and it costs like 280 resources, if I remember correctly. Let's have a look and see if we can find a stable. There should be one back here. There we go. It's 280. It's reduced at the moment because he's in Yuan Dynasty. So these bombards are incredibly powerful, but it looks like he's just going to be playing an infantry comp with it. Not a lot of resources in the bank when it comes to anything other than food. Let's check in and see how Lay's Potato Chips... Oh, my lord. Lay's Potato Chips, you're doing all right for yourself. But, son, can I give you a recommendation? Ooh, you know what? That's already kind of scaring me. He was going to be a legend here, taking out Gandalf. But I'm already kind of scared by the fact he hasn't maxed out yet. He should be maxed. He should be 350 of 350 almost immediately upon taking that last kill. So the bigger army that you've got, the better that things will go for you typically. Let's take a look and see how this is going to go down, though. Nice little stone wall along this side as well. Definitely a big fan of this. Let's check in with the production. What kind of production numbers has he got? Oh, only 14 production buildings. Can we check with Gandalf? How many has he got? Because at this stage, your production numbers should probably be between about like 20 to 30. Yeah, there you go. 23. That's looking a little bit better. He is really spamming pagodas. Or spamming Shaolin monks. Are they overpowered? Oh, he's just making them because he's got lots of food. Ah, it all makes sense now. You don't need to... Yeah. Okay. I like that. Is he supervising them out as well? I wonder. I don't know if he is. I would say he's probably not. Yeah, you can see he's got the pagodas back here. All of them with relics inside. 25, 100, 62, 62. It's the good life down here. Cannon, Great Wall Gatehouse under pressure here. 11 range on the bombards. He's going to very quickly take this out. He says, there is no chance that you're taking this sacred site, my friend. Don't even think about it. So many bombards here right now. And you got to remember that these bombards, they're not just your average bombards. These bombards have also got AoE on them. So it means that when they're firing at one unit, they're doing damage to the surrounding units. Now, he could look to actually take the sacred site here himself and utilize the walls of his opponent, but instead it looks like it's just going to be him taking down the walls. Gandalf sits at 286. Population currently lays potato chips on the other side, 320. Yet to max, but he is now putting plenty of units in queue. We see that the Fire Lancer, he's putting in queue. He has upgraded it to elite status, and you might be wondering, why would you make Fire Lancers? Fire Lancers are incredible because of the Spirit Way. So by having the Spirit Way, that's going to give him access to a heal. So a heal comes through. Heal, heal, heal. I'm trying to say that as clearly as possible. When a dynasty unit is killed, nearby units receive 20% attack speed and 20 health over 10 seconds. So they get a nice little heal. But now we have ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. A huge battle beginning to unfold. We've got the legend of Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor up against Gandalf the White. Palace Guards moving on the backside, trying to find a way through. Needs to look to hit these bombards. Numbers are pretty decent. Contesting the sacred site. This is what FFA is all about. Neutralize a sacred site. Get that message up here. You just can't wait to see it. Bombards holding it down on the back line. We can see all those healing coming through. That's from a Jukunu getting taken out. The heals are going to continue to come in. Nesta B starting to move up. It looks like he's going to try and get a little bit of AoE here. Not enough focus on the bombards, and the heroes of the day may indeed be the bombards. Nothing to really stop them here. Bombards on the other side, but you can just see how much Gandalf has been able to absolutely obliterate his opponent in this fight. The hero of the day is unfortunately not going to be Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor, but rather it is going to be these beautiful bombards. My lord, dude. Wow. That's incredible. That's a lot of firepower right there. Lay's Potato Chips now down to 180 population. He needs to remax. The trouble is he's building his production, but it's a little bit too late. Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor. This production should have been up 10 minutes ago. You had 350 pop. You knew what you were working with, son. Look at the resources you got in the bank. You got enough for 378 Palace Guards. 378 Palace Guards right now just wins you the game. There's not even a discussion about it. You just march them in there. A move. Pretend you're playing Protoss. Sacred Site now is held by Gandalf. He's secured it up. The bombards are looking strong. I think at this stage, when you've got this many bombards that you're fighting up against, 16 bombards, it's probably a smart idea to go into Springles. Like, genuinely a good idea. Like, okay, you know what? We probably need something to deal with this. Let's check in and see what Gandalf is rocking. He's 294 pop, 122 eco, 174 military. Huge military at the moment. He's going to continue pushing forward, looking to push out any of these positions that his opponent has got. He holds the sacred... Oh my god, he's making more bombards. He's making more bombards. I thought we almost had ourselves a legend over here. Lay's Potato Chips Lime Flavor. I can feel it starting to go away, starting to fall out of our grasp. Don't do me like this, son. I want to believe. I honestly don't even know what you do against this many bombards. I think Palace Guards are the play, right? You have to go mass Palace Guards. What's the army looking like for him? Let's have a look. 23 crossbows, 40 Palace Guards, 11 Grenadiers, 4 spears, 34 Shaolin monks, and a casual 22 bombards. That's pretty decent. That's a decent army, you know? If you told me, hey, Drongo, what do you think of my army? And that was your army, I'd be thinking that's a pretty cool army. Now, one of the other things to note is that Gandalf is starting to stonewall. Why is that? Because Gandalf's thinking outside the box. He says, okay, my enemy isn't really making any moves. What is going on here? Is he thinking about maybe coming in from another angle? If so, let's do a quick king check. Let's see if we can find and locate that king. It's just in the main town center. He's not walled up. He's not at the back here. Not taking advantage of any of the stone here. Hasn't flipped up towards the top side. He's just chilling in the main town center. And if we do a king check on the other side, same thing. Still in the main TC. Holding it down. Bombard's going to start chilling. Looks like the outpost is now going to come down here. Great Wall Gatehouse. Still destroyed on the ground. chase is going to start. One thing to note, though, is with all these Fire Lancers, you're losing a lot of firepower. Because Fire Lancers, while they're good for providing, like... they're good at providing the buff that you get from the Spirit Way. They're not that good at fighting, right? Like, the reason why this is happening right now is because they've got such low damage. Wait, does he not have blacksmith upgrades? No, don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. No. Where's your blacksmith? Where's your blacksmith? Lay's potato chips. Lay's potato chips, where's your blacksmith? Lay's potato chips. He's got elite army attack. Oh my god, he doesn't. Oh my god, he doesn't have his blacksmith. There's no blacksmith upgrades. He's only got +2, barely. He's gonna run in a couple of units here. The bombards are in a choke point. Oh, he's gone around the backside. We didn't even realize. Too worried about blacksmith. Don't be worried about the blacksmith, Drongo. Iron Forge you can think about later. Bombards continue moving up, making their way through. More units on the intercept. Bombards turn around. Focus down all of Gandalf's. I take it back. All of Gandalf's bombards still stand strong. The Fire Lancers get absolutely obliterated by the hardened Spearmen. Look at this. Spearmen hardened. They've got, oh my god, he's got Divine Vitality on. Out of all of the things, he's got Divine Vitality on right now. Still holding it down, though. Bombards teeing off. Insane levels of damage coming through here. Gandalf looking like he is going to hold this one down. The second attack is repelled once again by Gandalf. More bombards on the back, but really these need to be sprinkled, and there needs to be like 20 of them. Maybe not 20, but I mean, the more you make, the merrier the party is, though. That's the other thing to note. All right, Sacred Site. I don't know how long it's got left on it, but I'm going to give a rough guesstimate. I'm going to say that it's got 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Okay, 3 minutes, 41 seconds, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34. Was I close? I don't know. You tell me. You watched. I'm not going to keep track. That's my guess. We've got no idea because the UI doesn't tell us. But the UI does tell us that there is one Sacred Site, and it is currently captured by Gandalf the White. We can see him here. So he's got the Sacred Site. But if you were wondering, like, whether L'Embrace has got the Sacred Site, he does not, because he's dead. Meanwhile, Lay's potato chips lime flavor. He's remassing, dude. He's remassing pretty quickly. See, the problem is he's making Fire Lancers again. Fire Lancers are cool, but they're not that cool. They're not cool enough to be making, especially when you got Palace Guards that you could be making. And Palace Guards just absolutely... Yeah, dude, he doesn't have +1 melt. I can't believe it. He doesn't have the blacksmith upgrades. How does he not have the blacksmith upgrades? He's got all the university upgrades. He forgot the blacksmith? There's no way, dude. That's not his blacksmith. That's Green's blacksmith. Dude, Green was playing the Chinese, though. Can we borrow his blacksmith? Can we just click a couple buttons for him? All right, he's pushing forward. He's 350 pop again. He's looking to dive in head for... Oh my god, there's so many bombards! Oh my god! 28 bombards. He's going in for it. We've got ourselves a little bit of a battle. I'm getting speechless right now. Bombards fighting on, holding on for dear life. That cloud of terror is now upon them. Holding on as hard as they can. The Sacred Site is ticking. We haven't heard any gongs just yet. I think I might have been a little bit off. Was that a gong? I think that was a gong. No, he's neutralizing the Sacred Site. The gongs are not on. And look at this, dude. The front line is holding. The Battle Monks. Dude, is this the combo? Battle Monks, Palace Guards, and Bombards? This is insanity. This is such a good combo when you think about it right. Look at this, how smart this combo is. You've got two insanely tanky units. The Shaolin Monk together with the Palace Guard. The Shaolin Monk's got 252 health. The Palace Guard's got 280. And the Bombards just keep coming, dude. Wow, that's a sick combo. I'm totally using that combo. I'm never going Imperial Guard ever again. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Unfortunately, Lay's potato chips lime flavor wasn't able to do it in the end, but he still made a pretty good legend of himself today.